I'm gonna give you guys like a little warning. Today's lecture's probably gonna be short. It's probably not gonna be very good.
Wait, shorter than 5 minutes?
Oh hell yeah!
Damn!
I ain't got that much to talk about, dog. It's just a story. I'll post a supplemental video though.
It's all about the subs.
You guys gotta watch the supplemental video. The shit's crazy. So today's subject is on dropping 1,000 tabs of LSD. So I watched this.
Wait, in how long?
I think it was like 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's important.
I watched this show on Nat Geo called Drugs Inc. It's a great show. This one was on hallucinogenics. I really suggest you watch it. They got some cool shit on like ayahuasca. It's crazy. Anyways, this one's about LSD. So in 1988, they were in the psychedelic triangle. The
Gotta be specific.
fucking the DEA. There we go.
Easy.
The DEA was in the psychedelic triangle, which is in California. It goes from Santa Cruz to Berkeley to Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco.
Wait, a drug triangle in Cali?
Yeah.
What?
So it's the psychedelic triangle. It goes from
lost in the mud.
Berkeley.
It's just like
No,
that.
it goes from Santa Cruz to
points.
Berkeley to Haight-Ashbury. So basically that was like, if the DEA needed to find LSD, they could just do it there. So in 1988, there was this big drug bust at this big LSD manufacturer in San Francisco, because at the time there was like 3 chemists controlling all of the LSD manufacturing in the nation. It was crazy. And a typical dose of LSD is 20 to 30 micrograms, and they found I think it was either a couple hundred or a couple thousand gallons of LSD. So the guy that went in to like do the bust and like get everything and whatnot was undercover in like a biker gang. So before he went in, he did like a really quick dry shave, and like he wasn't bleeding, but like he had little micro nicks in his neck. And then he dressed up in a white suit, duct tape everything, so he was like airtight, put on a gas mask, then went in to this to the LSD like manufacturing warehouse place, and then like started hearing music, and he was like, oh shit, like I can hear this music way clearer than I've ever heard music before. Like he could hear each individual note, and he was like, oh, I've been like contaminated. So he walked out and was like, he went to his partner and was like, yo, like, can you look at my pupils for a second? I think I might have been contaminated. And his partner was like, bro, one of your pupils is 2 millimeters and the other one is 10 millimeters. And they just switched. That's like, it's like, which is like, whoa. So then they took him to the hospital, and in the hospital,
Gotta just put a log on.
Yep.
Yo, the tongs!
anyways, they took him to the hospital, and the doctors didn't know what to do. So they were like, oh, you know what? We're just going to let him ride out this trip. We'll put him in a dark room, lack of stimulation. He'll just ride it out. He'll be fine. They put him in this room that happened to be a pediatric nursing room. So it had, like, wizards and dragons and shit on the walls. And then he was like, naturally, they started flying off the walls and, like, battling each other. And then he, like, just started tripping out hard and started yelling and shit. And then one of these senior nurses came in, like, looked at him and was like, yo, you need Valium now. So then gave him, like, an IV drip of Valium.
Oh.
And then he was
What's
just,
Valium?
it's antidepressant, I believe.
It's like a really hardcore.
Yeah, it's a really hardcore antidepressant. Anyways, so he continued to trip.
Oh, she's like,
Okay, he continued to trip for 24 hours.
oh, there you are.
So after his 24-hour trip, he could he could no longer read. He didn't really have a memory. Like, he used to be an avid reader, and he said that he could read sentences, like tell you what each word said, but by the time he got to the end of the sentence, he didn't know what the whole thing meant. He would go to the beach, and he'd have to, like, bring a card with him that had his phone number on it, and he'd call someone and be like, you need to pick me up, I don't know where I am. Like, I need someone to take me home. Because he couldn't, he occasionally has, like, really bad flashbacks. He has, like, trouble sleeping. And this is because he took the equivalent of 1,000 tabs of LSD in 5 minutes was absorbed through the little nicks in his skin.
Wait, but why did
How
he
did he
have
get
nicks in
absorbed?
his skin?
Because he did a dry shave before he went into the
What was the
LSD
source of
lab.
contamination? Was it in the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It was in the air.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah, that's lecture.
how did it get in the air? Like,
Dog, you're